Let's talk about signage. When it comes to events, I'm very torn about signage. Because usually my clients are like, did you bring any kind of signage? And I tell them no. Now, usually I really like what ends up panning out for me. I tell them I don't want to have signage because once people start coming my way, they do not stop. And I don't want to over-market what I'm offering. As soon as I have signage that tells people where to come, it's only going to make it worse, and I'm not going to be able to complete everyone in the amount of time I've been hired for. And I want to stop at some point in time. So having signage is good, and you should, but use it as a way to market yourself and tell a client how important it is that they understand that once you start, you will not stop. For me, in a majority of scenarios, I go to a gig, I get my gear set up, I sit down and I draw my first caricature, and usually, I don't stand up until the gig is done. Yes, I have held my bladder for 5 hours. Yes, I have not eaten for an entire day. Yes, I have gotten up and felt my legs completely locked and stiff. Because, frankly, you just don't have the time. And that's without signage. When people... You know what your main signage is? People walking around with your caricature. As soon as someone sees that, they go and they ask them, where'd you get it? Well, that guy right over there with the yellow hat. And it begins. Word of mouth does its job. So, I actually have a sign coming in today that I'm looking forward to, but in the same breath, I really don't want to use it because of making sure that I am not taking on too much work in the amount of time I've been hired for. As wonderful as it is to market people to you, you're already doing that. So keep your signage to a minimum. Make it professional. So that just like if you're shooting a movie and you're walking around shooting it with your cell phone, people won't believe you. You need to be bringing a big fancy camera with you. Well, in the same way, you're not going to draw caricatures on a notepad. Having signage is a professional courtesy towards your client. So try to look professional, but don't look overly professional to such an extent where you overpromise and underperform. You are only one artist, and to be able to draw a caricature in 5 minutes or even 8 minutes or even 10 minutes is a miracle that no one else in this room can do except for you. Remember that, because that's what makes you special and unique. So don't let that rip you down when your client's concerned, well, how are we going to get people here? Don't worry. I promise you they're going to show up, and when they do, I'm not standing back up. And I've literally said that to my clients. I've said, I'm the first one here and I'm the last one out. I will be here and I probably won't move. And the funny thing is they'll come to me and they're like, hey, food's up, you should go get some. And I'm like, I haven't moved in 2 hours. Do you see the line? I'm not moving for another 4 hours, you know. And they see how hard you're working. You're the hardest working guy in the room. But that's what makes you succeed. That's what brings you more clientele. And that's what makes people want you back again.